Well, welcome to our community of practice. I'm Soji Sojitete, serve as a member of the ISQua board. I am also a vice president at the Institute for Healthcare Improvement. As some of you know, ISQua recently did a strategy refresh, and three pillars were called out. One was about improvement in knowledge through exposure to various experts. Two was in building various degrees of skills through webinars such as this. And the third was to create a peer network. And as part of that strategy of creating peer networks, we've created communities of practice in various parts of the world. And this today marks the occasion where we create, launch, and craft the whole Africa community of practice. And I'm very honored to be partnering with a group of experts and influential individuals, visionaries from Africa, to form the steering committee and to lead this vision forward. And over time, you would get to meet each and every one of them. What I would say is that Africa has need for this community of practice. And in a recent conference that we did, somebody exposed me to what they called professional isolation, where a number of people are working to improve the quality of care, to improve the safety of the care. And yet there's a sense that you are in it all by yourself, when in reality, there are many other health professionals doing similar things. So there has not been a greater need than now to stay connected, to work together, to learn from each other, and to address common challenges that we face. We face challenges of internet, we face challenges of even being able to afford some of these ISQua programs. But you would see that through this community, we are going to create opportunities to ensure that your educational and training needs are met, because we are not really here to make excuses. We are here to make a difference in terms of what we would do. I see also that there's an effort to create visionary goals. And now we have just about 21 out of the 54 African countries that are involved. So as we spread our reach, it will be interesting to see how we engulf the entire continent. And then also where we have presence, where we can deepen that presence within the country. So today, you will learn about some interesting new courses. You would meet the steering committee. You would learn about a thriving, vibrant new community of like-minded individuals who are furthering change on the continent. And we would also receive feedback from you as to how we could make this more meaningful in terms of what would help the work that you do. I'll end with a proverb. And as you know, whenever there's a good proverb, we claim it in Africa, that if you want to go fast, you go alone. But if you want to go far, you go together. So I believe that today we are making a conscious decision to go fast and far together. And with that, we would start introducing the members of the steering committee, or they would introduce themselves. So let's kick this off. I've done that already, so we can keep it moving to the next person, and that is Chika. And before Chika jumps in, I would want to state that we've assembled a team from various parts of Africa. And it's a true honor to have the steering committee for the Africa Community of Practice of ISQua being chaired by Chika Odiomene, Nigerian. So over to you, Chika.
Thank you, Soji, and thank you everyone for being here. My name is Chika Odiomene. I am the founder and CEO of Utopian Healthcare. I'm also an adjunct professor at Jefferson College of Population Health. I was an ISQua Fellow from 2021. We were asked to bring forth our favorite quote, and this is mine. Outcomes aren't really random. And this is by Roger Martin. And I say that because every time I get an outcome, I trace it back to what the process and that was established. So thank you. And I am honored to be the chair of this amazing steering committee, and I'm committed to serving.
Thank you, Chika. It's an honor for me as well to be on the steering committee. I'm Jackie Stewart. I'm the chief executive of COSASA based in South Africa. I was formerly on the ISQua board, and I'm still on the Accreditation Council. So I believe this is a real opportunity for us to open up to Africa. It's great to be here. And my favorite quote is, quality means doing it right when no one is looking. That comes all the way back from Henry Ford. Thank you.
Handing over to Elom.
Yes, so my name is Elom, Dr. Elom Hilary Ochi, and I am based in Accra, Ghana, and excited to be part of the team. Yeah, so over. Thank you.
Elom, you forgot your favorite quote, which is
Yeah.
pretty.
Oh, sorry. So my favorite quote, wow, Chika, you So my favorite quote is that insanity is doing the same things the same way and expecting different results. I think that it is about time that we start doing things differently as a continent, so that we are able to see the desired outcomes that we are all yearning for. So we should stop doing the same things the same way. Yeah, so that is it. And this quote is by Albert Einstein. It is not me. So thank you.
Your start is yours. Thank you, Elom. Soji, I would like to go to your quote as well. We missed that, and I thought it's a good one.
Oh, well, that was that quality is everybody's business. It's not just the front line. It's not just middle managers. Everybody in the organization has a role. And some of those things will come through the agenda that the steering committee will be rolling out. Thank you, Chika.
Thank you, Soji. And Ruth Paul.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Ruth Pal Wanjiro Nganga. You know, when you miss the Kenyan name, you might not know me. My favorite quote is actually also from Edward Deming, similar to Sodzi. It's that in God we trust, and for everything else, bring data. I think it's such a good way to think about improvement. I am a part of ISQua, and we are excited to see a lot of people working on quality improvement and patient safety on the continent. I think my idea of success, as I'm a part of this steering committee, is to have a lot more stories from the ground, stories of how we are continuously improving and using data to do so in our own institutions, and just allowing those stories be a part of how we learn together as a continent. So peer learning together, sharing our stories, for me, that is what I'm very excited about as we go forward. Back to you, Chief.
Thank you, Paul. Stephen.
Yes. Good afternoon, everyone from Nigeria. This is Balogun Steven, and I hope that you can see me all right. I love Ruth Pearl's quotes because I'm a data person. So I hope you're not so surprised. So my favorite quote is, if you can't measure it, then you probably can't improve it. You do not understand it well enough to improve it. This particular one is by Peter Drucker. Basically, I'm a data person, so you see me everywhere there's data. And I use data for improvement. Thank you.
Thank you, Stephen.
Thank you, Chika. Hello, everyone. My name is Salome Aparibo. I'm an improvement advisor with Ibora Institute. I'm a founding member of Ibora Institute as well, and I'm an ISQua fellow since 2018. I'm based in Accra, Ghana. My favorite quote is from Deming, and he said, "Quality comes not from inspection, but from improvement of the production process." So whatever that we do, if you want to see outcomes, we want to see improvement in our outcomes, we have to take note of the processes that we put in. Thank you. And over.
Thank you, Salome. Rhoda.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Rhoda Kalondu from Kenya, and a lifelong student of quality and safety. Currently, I work at Kenyatta National Hospital as the head of patient safety unit, and I'm a proud member, not just a founding member, but a member and current secretary for the Society for Quality Healthcare Kenya. I'm very happy to see so many familiar names in the list of participants. Karibuni nyinyi wote. My favorite quote is, "It always seems impossible until it's done." I mean, even as we start this journey of creating this community of practice, it seems impossible. But I look forward to a few years from now, 2 years from now, 5 years from now, looking back at that journey and the improvement that we'll have created as a team, as a community, as a continent in this space. So thank you very much and welcome.
Thank you, Rhoda.
I am Wafa Alouche, and I am a physician, client relationship manager in the National Authority for Evaluation and Accreditation in Healthcare, NEAS, which was founded in 2012. And at this moment, we are accredited for the standards and for the organization, and it's an honor for us as clinician. I was also emerging leader for the 2017-2018 session, and it was a very amazing experience that I lived. And I want to say that two other colleagues, African colleague, was also awarded as emerging leader, and this is very good for the African community. I would like to say that the AFCOP can help to create offer or opportunities to African people to in the order to progress in quality healthcare improvements.
Thank you, Wafa.
Thank you.
Can you share your favorite quote with us as well?
So my favorite quote is quality is never an accident. It's always the result of intelligent effort. And this is taught by John Ruskin.
Thank you, Wafa.
Thank you.
Katerina?
That's a very old photo. We'll have to get those done again. My name is Katrina Curran-Sonmez. So I'm the education manager at ISQua, and I remember a lot of you here. I can see some familiar names from the last time we had our African Community of Practice, which was quite a number of years ago now. Unfortunately, I think COVID took over everything. And so it's great to get it started again. Delighted to be here. I have a colleague called Luke Dunn who couldn't join us today, but he's here in spirit and he'll be at our next webinars as well. So greetings from Luke.
Thank you, Katerina. You've met the steering committee and the people who drive us. So thank you everyone for the introduction, and thank you for sharing your favorite quotes. They were quite insightful. I actually got motivated by almost all of them. So thank you for that. The next item on the agenda is introduction of ISQua programs by Katerina, and I'll stop sharing my screen at this point so that she could share.
Great, thank you, Chika. I just wanted to give a brief overview of ISQua's education programs. So the main one that we have, which you probably are familiar with, and I think a lot of you here today are part of the fellowship program already. So this would be our kind of flagship program. We have it's a 12-month subscription, so you renew every 12 months if you wish, and in that time you can complete the courses at your own time. It's available 24/7, and there's no live elements. So all of it is continuously assessed. So we've no assignments anymore. So that's one of the updates. We used to require a lot of assignments, a lot of essays and reflections. And unfortunately, well, fortunately and unfortunately, we just had so many fellows completing it, we couldn't actually keep up with the amount of assignments we were receiving. So now it's based on multiple choice questions. It makes it a lot easier for everybody, I think. So we are adding new courses annually to it. Now we have a more streamlined format, and we have currently 10 courses, and we have 2 new ones coming. So I'll get to them in a minute. So every year our intention is to add 2 new courses. So you will always have something new to do if you're new. So fellows also get membership of ISQua, which means that you have access to the International Journal for Quality in Healthcare as well. And the faculty of, well, all of the webinars and all of the material, case studies have been supplied by ISQua experts and world-leading experts in different areas of healthcare quality improvement and patient safety. So you can see there, I've just added in the prices because we do have a tiered pricing system. It's cheaper, obviously, for a low-income country. It's 150 for the first year, and that reduces down to 100 for years after that. So it's just these are just the first year prices. And for that, you also get access to 4 specialist certificates. So we have specialist certificates in clinical applications of person-centered care, the principles of person-centered care, medication safety, and another one in fundamentals of external evaluation surveying. So originally they were actually separate courses and you paid for them separately. But from January 2025, they're going to be included for fellows. So that's an added bonus because each of those courses is about 50 hours of work. And also just to add that the fellowship program courses, we estimate they take about 25 hours each. And there's 6 modules in each. So here are the courses that we have at the moment. We have 3 different courses in patient safety. They get kind of more difficult. So the first one would be the really an introduction. The second one's more intermediate. And then the third one is a little bit more advanced. There's a course in leadership as well. We have specific course for anyone in Southeast Asia, and that's been developed with CAHO. So that's the consortium of accredited healthcare organizations in India. They have recorded some of their own webinars that are added in there. And then the other webinars are some of the best bits that they've selected from the rest of the fellowship. We obviously have quality improvement course, measurement and evaluation. And then we have person-centered care. And there's also one in critical crisis thinking, that's probably our newest one. So it's maybe 2 years old, but it was developed by some really amazing experts. Some of the stuff they talk about, I can't really get my head around, but it's pretty much about predicting outcomes, predicting events, and when you can't predict, how do you prepare for them? So, you know, a lot of natural disasters are case studies in this course. It's really, really good for changing how you think about things and how you can make your organization or your facility resilient to different events that are out of our control. And then again, we have another course that's kind of specifically tailored for countries that are challenged for resources, lower income economies. So then we have these 2 new courses that are being released this month. So we're busy tying them all together. Quite excited about these. So sustainability in healthcare, which is being developed with Sustainability QI, SUSQI in the UK. They are a charity that is focused on trying to reduce the carbon emissions and the waste associated with healthcare, which obviously I think most of us we know about the waste in terms of, you know, gloves and disposable items, but there are ways around all that, which I wasn't aware of until I was involved in this course. So it's really interesting. Another partner in this course is the International Hospital Federation's Geneva Sustainability Centre, which is a new enough organization, and they have a CELL tool. So it's CELL, Carbon Emissions Learning Laboratory, and the first 100 people to complete this course will receive a free subscription to that, so they can try that out, and it's really great. It basically allows you to go in, choose a country or choose a city for your hospital, and then you can make decisions based on your hospital and how you want to reduce your carbon emissions, and it'll give you results. So it'll say, you know, you reduced your electricity usage by this amount by making that decision, and you do it over 7 years. Well, virtual 7 years. It's actually about 3 hours. But it's a really interesting tool to use, and it gives you good ideas of how you can make changes. And the other one is artificial intelligence and machine learning in healthcare, which we're developing with really amazing experts. So we have one of the modules is being developed by the IHI. So Pierre Barker's involved in that. Jeffrey Rakover. We have some experts from MedStar as well, who are going to be speaking on the ethics and the privacy and data issues associated with using artificial intelligence. And then we have a brilliant kind of leaders in all the innovation in Sheba Medical Center as well. So we have fantastic faculty for this course as well. So very excited to launch it. And the plan is that these will both be launched in the next 2 weeks, but don't hold me to that. Please don't hold me to that. The other thing we have available, and I think some of you probably are aware of this as well, is our specialist certificate. So this is the one remaining certificate that's outside the fellowship, and this is the Introduction to Quality Improvement and Patient Safety. This is a brilliant foundational course. So it provides essential insights and overviews on all aspects of quality improvement and patient safety. And over this course takes about maybe 60 hours, we estimate. All ISQua experts again. We've got Jeffrey Braithwaite, I think Emmanuel Ionigba is involved there as well. David Bates is involved. We've got Paul Sharek, Rashad Masood. There's probably 20 or 30 different contributors to this course, and half of it is quality improvement and the other half then is patient safety. And again, it's available online, so you can do it in your own time. And there's 12 months from the date of subscription to finish it, and you get your certificate, of course, as well. So this course is actually free. If you're from a low-income economy, you can join ISQua as an ISQua friend on our website. And once you join as an ISQua friend, I think you might be asked to upload some evidence of where you work and live. So maybe your passport or employer's a letter from your employer. But once you're in, then you can do this course for free. And after that, then it's 75 for a lower middle income economy, and 100 for an upper middle income economy. But ISQua is actually going to provide 50 free subscriptions to people who are attending this first webinar of the African Community of Practice. So we'll be, depending on how many people are here, we'll find out at the end. We'll be selecting, it would be really lower middle income or upper middle income attendees, because it's free anyway for low income countries. So so best of luck with that, and we'll contact you afterwards and let you know how to log in if you're successful, but we'll be picking it at random. I think that's it from me. Yep. So thanks for your time. I hope you're not asleep.
No, that's not possible. Thank you so much, Katerina, for that. And as you were speaking, oh my God, I had to take some notes myself, so I'm sure others did too, and they would have questions. So please, questions.
I don't know if it's just me or if you're breaking up, Chica.
So we would get some of the questions, especially about... Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can anyway. Yeah.
Okay, good. I was asking that we make sure that we everyone could type in their questions, because as you were presenting and giving us all this juicy courses, I'm sure people were writing down, taking notes, and may have questions. So we've allocated some time for Q&A. So please type in your questions so that we'll be able to answer them at that time. Great presentation, Katerina, and thank you for sharing really good information. Really excited about the free course spot. We'll figure out how we're going to make that happen, but thank you. Let me find, am I sharing my screen at this time? Oh, no. I'm trying to bring the presentation back. Give me a second.
Zudi, Melissa there has a good point. Adding quality in conflict affected areas would be better, as conflict is a daily news, isn't the news every day. It's good point, Zudi.
I agree. Thank you. So the next item on the agenda is testimonial. We want to hear from students who have taken this or graduates or certificate holders who have taken some of these courses and how beneficial these courses have been for them. So Wafa, you're on.
Yes, I am here. So we, as a study committee, we find that it's interesting to get some testimonial from the experience with ISQua. The first testimonial is given by Dr. Emmanuel UDH from Nigeria, Associate Director, State Program Operation at the Center of Integrated Health Systems of Nigeria. Are you with Dr. Emmanuel?
I don't see him here actually, Wafa. But Aaron Abuosi is here.
Yes, excellent. So we will start with Aaron testimonial. Donc, Aaron Asibi Abuosi. I'm sorry if I am pronouncing
You are right. You are right.
Wrong.
Yes, you have.
So Aaron is from Ghana. She is Associate Professor of Health Policy and Management in the University of Ghana Business School.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Greetings. Greetings. And a small correction, I'm a professor now.
Ooh, congratulations.
Yes. So I'm a professor of health policy and management, and I teach patient safety and quality of care, plus a few other courses in my university. I joined ISQua in 2017, and since then, I've never regretted. I became a fellow, and I also did a specialist course, the specialist program of ISQua. And then along the line, I became a tutor, a fellowship tutor, until the COVID came and disturbed everything. Then I joined the editorial apprenticeship program by the ISQua Journal, International Journal for Quality in Healthcare. So, and then right now I'm a member of the ISQua Educational Advisory Committee. And I've benefited a lot over the years as a ISQua fellow. Almost every conference I participate, it has helped me, ISQua has helped me to know so many countries that I probably wouldn't have been able to know, to plan and visit. I've visited South Africa, I've visited Malaysia, I've visited United Kingdom, I've visited South Korea, and more. And so, I mean, ISQua is, I'm so passionate about ISQua. And then I've, through ISQua, I have a lot of networks for both research and then publications. So I've networked with scholars in Africa and in Europe, and we've written articles on patient safety and related articles for publications. And these have helped me in my academic career. I've done extensive research on patient safety, and part of it is due to the fact that I have benefited a lot from ISQua programs, the webinars I listened, other materials, and then some experts that have inspired me a lot because of ISQua, that I got to know them. So I've done a lot of publications on patient safety. And then I also do consultancy on patient safety for WHO. So the ISQua has been so beneficial to me. And last year I had the honor to share my testimony of the benefit of ISQua in South Korea to mark the 40th anniversary. This year, again, I'm attending the conference in Turkey, and I will also, contribute a lot to the progress of ISQua when I get there, and I look forward to participate. My only concern is about the Africa community of practice. I remember in South Korea, we came together and took pictures together. I was so happy, but I've been lost. I'm happy that something is going on. I don't know how I will get in because I really don't know much about what is going on in the Africa community of practice. I'm very grateful to ISQua, and particularly Katrina, who will always prompt me if there's something going on, including today's meeting that she prompted me about and asked me to share my testimony. Thank you very much, and I'm glad to be here.
Thanks so much, Aaron.
Sorry. Thank you, Aaron. And we have to see your face. We have to see who this great man is. So can you, because we cannot see you on the street and walk past you.
Okay.
Just 3 seconds.
Come on, let me see whether I can see.
What an amazing story.
I tried to promote Aaron to panelists there.
Yeah.
Okay. I see.
Do you want to join us, Aaron?
Come again.
Do you want to join us? I'm going to try and promote you to a panelist.
Sure, I will be willing to. I'm very glad to. Thank you. Yes.
Thank you, Aaron. Can we?
Now, I think Aaron should be here.
Okay, do the video. Yes, do that. Good, well done.
There he is.
Thank you. I'm here with my teaching assistant, who is very good in these things, in the technology. She has managed to help me to the videos. Yeah. This one, yeah. All right, good, yeah, and broaden it, yeah.
Perfect. We felt compelled to see your face after hearing your story. And congratulations on being a professor. Thank you for really sharing. It's an inspiring story, and I'm hoping that our participants are really motivated by all that you've shared with us. So thank you for that.
Thank you,
everyone,
Chika.
that's Professor Aaron. Do not pass him on the street and not say hello.
Thank you.
Back to you, Wafa.
So can we call Dr. Ogbuanai Godwill to make her testimonial? So, Dr. Ogbuanai.
Good afternoon, everyone. Can you hear me?
Dr.
Godswill.
Yeah, Godswill, yeah.
Yes.
Hello.
Hello, doctor.
Yeah.
Ogbonaya. I'm sorry for pronouncing the name. So
It's okay.
you're welcome. You are from Nigeria and a public health physician and healthcare quality and patient safety consultant.
Yeah, thank you
Can you
very much.
share your experience?
Yes, I will do that. I think it's a privilege to share my experience. Let me start by just a brief background on how I got into ISQua. Like you already mentioned, I'm a public health physician and I work in a 50-bed tertiary hospital in Umuahia, the capital of Abia State in the southeastern region of Nigeria. Actually developed interest in patient safety and healthcare quality in 2010, but I was really introduced to ISQua by my professor and supervisor who observed that I had interest in patient safety and healthcare quality. So he told me that he strongly think that if I joined ISQua, it will provide a good ground for me to advance my career interest. Of course, I accepted his counsel and began to apply for the ISQua scholarship to participate in ISQua conferences. I think I did that 2013, 2014, 2015. I wasn't successful, but in 2018, I was awarded a scholarship and I attended my first ISQua International Conference at Malaysia, that's Kuala Lumpur. I think that conference was a turning point for me because I learned so much that I decided to strengthen my zeal and interest in this career pathway. So I enrolled in the fellowship program that same year. I was able to maintain my fellowship consecutive for 4 years by achieving the required credits. I would say that my participation in the ISQua fellowship program has really been transformative. It has significantly enriched my expertise in advancing patient safety and quality of care. Now, the ISQua program, for each module, we have the webinar, the case study, the publication review, and an aspect where you have to reflect on what you have learned. I already said that the webinars, they offer insight into the latest trends, strategies, and practical approaches for improving quality of care and better outcomes for patients. Those webinars, they provided the opportunity for me to hear directly from subject matter experts in patient safety and healthcare quality, which I think is really different from reading their publication. Then the case studies aspect of the modules really involve an in-depth review of case studies, which were really a reflection of what happens in real clinical settings. Those case studies, for me, they provided a robust understanding of the complexities and of the complexities involved in delivering care, and not only that, the challenges faced by diverse patient population. So they made me critically think about how to address these complexities and challenges in the context of my own practice, especially in my setting. And not only that, what I learned from those case studies enabled me to provide advice to my colleagues. I mean, the core clinicians, the surgeons, the pediatricians, the internists, who I work closely with in my hospital. So in addition to the case studies, I also want to comment on the publication review aspect of the modules I took. You can't complete a module without reviewing a publication. So for me, that particular aspect enhanced my ability to critically evaluate research in patient safety and healthcare quality. So the review for me created an opportunity for me to also be able to reflect on what has been published and how to translate this evidence into real practice. As a matter of fact, those publications, they stimulated my thoughts on how I can apply what others have, have been able to find through research. For instance, in my hospital, we were able to apply the aided communication framework to improve doctor-patient communication in my facility here. And we presented that paper at, that was at Cape Town. So I really want to say that the ISQua Fellowship Program provided different components, or I would say that it provided a rich blend of learning methods that really helped me to develop a well-rounded skill set in healthcare quality and patient safety. And not only that, it has helped me to contribute effectively in advancing the discipline in my place of work and in Nigeria. Notably, I've really worked extensively with the Nigerian Center for Disease Control in infection prevention and control. And I think most of the things I learned through the fellowship program has really helped me to secure a place on the table within the infection prevention and control space in Nigeria. And I want to encourage all our participants here that if you have not considered, enrolling in the fellowship program, I think this is the right time to do so, because it's going to keep up your toes, it's going to expose you to materials, it's going to, keep you up to date with what is happening within this space. And I know if you join, you'll be glad you did. Thank you, and over. Am I still here?
You're muted, Chika. Thank you, Godwin.
You're still here. You're still here. We were so inspired by your story as well. We heard everything you said. Well, I heard everything you said. Thank you for sharing with us. And it's really good to see the transition from just being triggered and being exposed, and just with something with qualities. Once you experience it, you can't go back. And that's what I heard from your story. You just keep advancing. So thank you for sharing your story with us. We would have loved to see your face too, so that when we walk past the street, we don't just pass you, and we'll tap into your knowledge as well. As Goodwill, are you able to share your screen and show us your face? As you're doing that, if you can, I just want to ask one of the steering committee or any member to keep sieving through the questions that may pop up, so that we'll be able to get to as many of them as we can at the end. Wafa, back to you, please.
Okay, that's me. I don't know if you can see me.
Yes, we can. Hello.
Hi, Godwin. Great to see you again.
Good to see you too.
Thank you so much.
I think that's it for the testimonials, Wafa. I can look
Wafa, you're muted.
Wafa, yeah. Okay, not.
Wafa, you're muted. You're talking. Wafa, unmute.
I'm sorry. Is Dr. Emmanuel Yude with us now? No?
No, I don't think so. No.
So we are sorry to not hear about his experience.
Thank you. Yes, we wanted to present 3 candidates to you, but unfortunately one is not here. But I think from Aaron and Goodwill, I believe that if you were questioning the benefits of this ISQua programs, I think you've got what you needed. Is there anything else you'd like to add, Wafa? Thank you also for presenting this candidate.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right. So next on the agenda, we wanted to introduce an intro to the AFCOP webinar series and what to expect. And Alon, you're on.
Yes, thank you. Thank you very much. So as colleagues have said, part of the mandate and part of the things we want to do is knowledge and how we are able to share knowledge across the continent. There is a lot of things that is happening by way of improvement and a lot of efforts that are happening in our respective countries and our respective healthcare organizations or educational institutions or wherever we are practicing. So the question then becomes, how do we harness all of these efforts and all of...
Elom, we stopped hearing you. Are you still here?
Yes, I am here. So the concern is, how are we able to harness all of these efforts in our individual institutions and countries and pull all of these together and make it a very useful resource for anyone, anywhere across the country, so that we can all learn. Because quality is about learning and our abilities to adapt and adopt the various learnings and the various lessons across our respective countries and facilities. So that is why we are putting this together, that we are calling the webinar series. So key is knowledge and how we are able to enrich our knowledge and our understanding on how we can improve quality in our individual and respective countries. So that is basically the key. And the webinar offers these opportunities, that we provide opportunities for subject matter experts. We provide opportunities for people like you and I, who are doing quality in our respective institutions and our respective facilities, to come and share 30 minutes, 10 minutes, 45 minutes, 60 minutes, or whatever minutes we are given, to come and share with us, so that we can also implement or test the change idea you are testing in your country. So that, I mean, with time, there is a lot of improvement happening simultaneously across the country, and we are able to see the desired improvement that we all expect. So the webinar is to help all of us lit the candle at the same time as a continent, so that we improve. So I think that is what I will say basically about the webinar series. It offers an opportunity for knowledge and harvesting of knowledge. And there is also an opportunity for mentorship. I think the speakers who spoke, one of the things I got from ISQua is the mentorship program that I got. And I had a very fantastic mentor, Peter Carter. Peter Carter was one of the CEOs of ISQua, and he virtually held my hand at every ISQua conference, made a lot of resources available to me as far as my journey is concerned. And another fantastic one who is also on the program today, Dr. Soji Tete, who has also handheld a lot of hands across the continent. So I think that's another fantastic opportunity that the webinar will offer. That's, I mean, this time you don't have to go to textbooks. The experts and the authors of the publications you read will be live and they will be available. They are Africans and they have African solution to the challenges that you are facing, and you are in a position to implement or to test those changes and to use the CQI methodologies and approaches to get the desired outcome that you want wherever you are practicing. Yeah. So thank you very much for joining. Thank you very much for your interest in improvement in the continent. And we are trusting that you will join us in Ghana. We have a saying that you will come and tie your cloth along our cloth, so that together we see the desired output or outcome that we all want to see. Hey, and I also forgot another fantastic mentor in the person of Jackie as well, who is the CEO for COSASA. So there are a lot of fantastic people that you will have the opportunity to meet if you come and tie your cloth along our cloth, so that together we improve the outcome of care. Over. Thank you very much. Bye.
Well said, Elon. Thank you so much for this. I appreciate the tie your cloth. Please, everyone, that's exactly what we want. Let's all tie it together in our continent. Thank you. The next item would be goals. As Stephen's favorite quotes mentioned that you can't improve what you don't measure. So Jackie will tell us exactly how we're going to measure our efforts and to make sure that we're making meaningful improvement as we go along. Jackie, you're on.
Thank you, Chika. Yeah, we were going to say how big do we want to get and by when. We decided rather say how good do we want to get, because we're all about quality here. And I think the really important thing is to understand who we are at the moment, who we've got in the room, as it were, and who are members of ISQua. And we've actually got quite a spread across the continent. If we've got a map that we can show. The next slide. Thank you. So you can see on the map, it's actually a pretty reasonable spread geographically, but there are some big bare patches. The challenge is, in most of those countries, there's one person. Now that's a lot of representation to do if you're one person in one country. So we really want, Ethiopia is leading the pack at the moment. We have 34 individual members in Ethiopia and 24 individual members in Nigeria. So those are the two that are doing really well in terms of membership. And on the graphs on the right, you can just see, as I say, the graph dips down to single members in many countries, but the spread is right. And the bar chart on the bottom just shows that the majority of those individual members are both members and in the fellowship program. And ISQua did a really wonderful thing, I think it was when I was still on board, of linking the membership and the fellowship, so to enable people to do it more easily. And then you've got people who are just fellowship, and then people who are just membership, just members in the programs. So we want to grow this. But in addition to our individual members, and not recorded in the numbers here, but we have institutional members, and I'm an institutional member. My organization, COSASA, is an institutional member. I think we are the longest serving institutional member in Africa. We've been a member of ISQua since its almost inception, and have been accredited since 2002. 6 times we've been accredited, so we're very proud of that. But as well as COSASA, the other accrediting body that is a member is WAFA's organization, INEAS, in Tunisia. And then there's Insight Health Consulting in Nigeria. There is the CRESAC organization in Côte d'Ivoire, which is an evaluation accreditation body that covers environment, health, and education. So it's a multifaceted organization, and the National Health Insurance Authority in Nigeria. So from my perspective, it'd be quite nice to have some more institutional comrades, as it were, in ISQua. But we're focusing particularly on the education to look at individual members. And on the next slide, we're going to look at what do we think we can do to grow. We want to do 25% growth. I think to some of us that feels like inflation in our country, and that can be a challenge for all of us. But we want to see, if we break down the fellowship and the membership, then you look at the people who are members only. So, and then people who are in the fellowship only. So that combined one is a great one. If we can try and push that total up from 140 members to 175 in the next year, I think that would be really, really good. And to do that, we're going to rely on you, because I think the best spreading of a membership for a community of practice is word of mouth. And if we can get good quality, and we will get good quality webinars, but it'd be lovely to have some contributions. And Zwedi in Ethiopia already commented about having quality in areas of conflict. And Zwedi, I think it would be really useful if we could have a conversation with you, the steering group committee, to look at how we might put together a webinar about that. That would be one that I think would be really useful. And then the markers, what would the markers be of success? Remember, we're quality people, and there was that lovely quote that if you can't measure it, it's not done. How do we improve the participation in the fellowship by count? How do we improve the membership numbers by count? And how do we also measure the attendance at webinars, both new and returning attendees? And I think that's important. I think any of us who have set up webinars previously know that you get we got 300 people registered and 115 have actually attended. So there's managing the expectations. So I think it's about who does attend and who comes back. So that's about the quality of service that we deliver in those webinars. So that's really just a quick run over, but I really hope that we can spread word of mouth. We have amazing talent in this continent. We really have amazing talent, and we need to stop looking outside and look within. And for me, what my passion is how do we share within the continent? And this community of practice gives us an amazing vehicle to start sharing good practice and our learning. And for me, that would be another marker of success. So thank you, and please go spread the word. Thank you, Chika.
Thank you so much, Jackie, for a great presentation. And I love that we have great talent within us, and we need to look within and exercise our abilities. So thank you for that. Next on the agenda is, like we said, we want to hear from you. What are you interested in? So we've put a survey together that Rhoda is going to lead us through to learn more about what your interests may be. Rhoda, you're on.
Okay, thank you very much. Katrina and Salome will help me in this particular task. And so our first area and we want to understand your background and your experience. We also want to understand what are the key topics of interest and any other additional interests and suggestions that you might have. Salome, would you like to say something? Katrina, maybe you could take us through this first question or the first section.
No, please, that's fine, Rhoda. Please continue.
Yeah, I can launch this. First question then is just about gauging your interest, so about your own experience. So I can launch this now, and this poll should pop up on your screens. And if you just make your selection, and then we'll be able to see and share the results live as well when you're finished. Hopefully that's popped up. Can you see that?
Yes, we can see it. Thank you. We'd like to encourage as many of you as possible to participate in this. It helps us understand the needs and see opportunities for improving as we are making the educational webinars to suit your interest. Katrina, how long is this first question going to be up for?
I'm just going to leave it up for another maybe 20 seconds. We've about 42% have answered the question. So we just see if we can get at least 60% would be brilliant, at least. So if you haven't answered this question, just give it a click. %, 53%. Okay. So I'll share the result now. There's 63%. You see the answers there?
Yes, we can see that. Salome?
Yes, I can see it.
Yes, would you like to take us through maybe the next question, and then we could come back maybe and look at all of them later.
Yeah.
Okay, Trina, before we go to the next question, maybe you could just share the results again. Oh, sorry, we're there.
Sorry, too late.
It's all right.
It's
It's
okay.
okay. Let's move to the next question, and then we can discuss the background, the section one together.
Yeah. I can post the most popular one into the chat. Just give it another couple of seconds. So you can see most people there are clinicians, and we've quite a lot of quality and safety specialists. So 36%, more than a third.
We need more policymakers here.
Yes, we do.
One person.
I'd be interested to know the category for others. Could you kindly put in the chat which profession you're from, if you filled in other?
Yeah. So 9
Kindly
people
request.
filled in other. So if those 9 people could add in the chat what other could be. Okay, would you like me to share the third question while we're waiting?
Yes, we can go to the third one.
Okay. So how often have you attended healthcare quality and safety webinars or trainings in the past 12 months? Great. 52% participated. So most people have attended 1 to 2 times.
Okay.
Okay. There's the results.
Great, you have a big percent, 1 to 2 times, and 3 to 5 times.
Yeah, so
Nice.
that's great.
And the people, this is their first webinar. I want to assume that if you clicked never, this is your first one. Thank you for attending this one. We look forward to having you in the other webinars that are going to come up. So feel free to keep updated, and we'll continue sharing more information. Thank you. Maybe we could go to the next question.
So this is the major one, I suppose, that your key topics of interest. So what would you like to learn about over the next 12 months? And you can select more than one. Wow, it's going to be very hard to prioritize these topics. Anybody else? A few more seconds. Great. There's the results.
Wow.
There's not much between them.
Great. Okay. Thank you very much for that. Yes, we are now appraised of your areas of interest, and we'll see how to prioritize them. Thank you. Suit your needs.
So what factors would most influence your decision to attend a healthcare quality and safety training? This is multiple choice as well, so you can select more than one. Just give it 10 more seconds. There's the results. I'm surprised actually that recommendations from peers is only 13%.
All right. I wonder why.
So this one is just, will you be attending ISQua's 40th conference in Istanbul? So we might have a small get together.
Yeah, we might have a small get together of 5 people so far, but we still have quite a big number on the maybe. So we have how many more days to Istanbul?
3 weeks.
3 weeks. We still have time. We still have time.
Someone saying they can't see the questions anymore. Okay, and the last one is just to ask if you have any suggestions for anything that was not on the list of topics.
We can't see them. Are we seeing what they're listed, Katerina?
No. It was on the list of topics that we shared in the fourth question. So if there was something that wasn't on that list.
I know they're giving short answers, but I don't know.
Oh, we can't see.
I don't see it on my end. Are you seeing it on your end? What?
No. You can't see it yet. No.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. 3,
Thank you.
2, 1. Oh.
Some topics have been shared in the Q&A as well.
Great, that's perfect. Yep.
Okay, thank you very much, Katrina.
I have the answers here if you want me to read them out. Yeah?
Yes, please. Yes.
I won't share the screen because the email addresses are on it. So I'll just share what some of the answers were. Strategies on how to engage doctors in quality and safety. How to get memberships as quality personnel. Change management. Facilitation skills, train the trainers. Green health economy, introduction to health economics, clinical communication. How to deal with legal issues arising from medical practice. Errors in clinical services. Quality improvement as a bedrock for excellent health care delivery system. Quality of care. Health data quality and improvement. Lab quality assurance. Patient engagement to quality care. Just culture and organisation policy. Culture of safety. Promising resources about patient safety. Quality of relationships between team members. Value-based healthcare. Building a professional society for quality in your own country. Academics and research for quality and safety. Measurement in quality. Quality adjusted indicators, quality index. Financing for quality. PBF, blended payment. Private sector engagement for quality. Quality improvement process and projects. Audit requirements for accreditation. And incident reporting and resolution, data use and quality improvement. Now,
Thank you. Thank you very much for your participation in this. Just as I hand over to Chika, I'd like to, maybe Chika, you could help
Rhoda,
us.
before Chika comes in, I think there's another suggestion here.
Okay.
So this person is saying that she couldn't give her feedback. So she's saying that having the frontline healthcare workers healthcare providers included is critical. So her suggestion is that the frontline health workers should also be included in this webinar. So that's her suggestion.
Thank you, Tanza.
Yeah.
Thank you, Tanza. And Salome, maybe you'd want to add something about that information that we've gotten from the data. And the 40% have said they're trained, but they've not practiced it. We've seen quite a small percent interested in accreditation, which is a shock or a surprise, not a shock, but a surprise. And then we've seen that cost and relevance to duty to their current role is a key factor. And a big percent, of course, are clinicians and quality improvement experts. we have a big percent of quality improvement experts, and a big percent has also not practiced what they've been learning. So I don't know what that means for us as AFCOP and how we can create these opportunities. Salome, would you like to say something?
Salome, if you're talking, you're mute.
Yeah, so I guess as AFCOP, all of us as community of practice, there's quite a lot that we need to do, quite a lot we need to put in place, and just to see how to support those who've learned to start practicing it. And practicing it does not mean you become a quality improvement specialist by title, but just the little small things that you can do in the space that you work in, how you can improve it, how you can make it better, sharing with what Aaron has said, where he started and how he's grown as an individual and as an organization. So yeah, we look forward to hearing more from you, how we can support you to grow and how you can learn from each other to grow in your different areas. So back to you, Chika.
Thank you so much, Rhoda, Salome, Katrina, for this survey. This was really insightful. We couldn't have come up with the list of others that we just heard. I mean, that was just, wow. Good news. I mean, we hear the thirst, we hear the yearning, we hear the need for the exposure. And thank you for just inciting us with those specific topics. And we have them in our banks, and we'll see what we're going to do with them. So I appreciate that. Thank you, Rhoda, for leading us through the session. Let me minimize this. So Q&A session. I don't know, Katerina, have we been gathering questions online? Some of those questions?
I've been answering them kind of as they come in.
Okay, have. All right, go ahead.
Sabali has just asked, how often do we anticipate having these webinars, African Community Practice webinars?
We were anticipating, and it needs further discussion because this is an assessment and we have to make use of the information we've gotten today. But we thought maybe, every other month. That may not work. We may need to do more frequently. We have to combine our efforts with finding speakers that would match the topics that we want to speak on, and also coordinating time. But these are really open for discussion. You will learn more. You will hear more as we solidify these decisions. But that's a great question. I don't know anymore after hearing all the topics that we want to learn about.
We might have a decade of webinars scheduled. Mary has asked, what is the requirement to grow membership beyond one member from Uganda? I am certain that many more Ugandans would love to be members, but may require to understand or appreciate the criteria of becoming a member. So I think communication then is probably key here, that we are able to provide better communication about what's involved. And I mean, the criteria is that we want to improve healthcare, I guess.
I agree. And if there are organizations that you think that we should share this information with, or you want to share some of the information with, please feel free to do so, so that we can all grow together. Thanks. Any other question? Jackie, you're go ahead.
Yeah,
go ahead,
just a point I think worth making, Chika, is when I was looking at how do we grow, we were talking about growing the membership and the fellows and the like. And obviously we need to do that. But I don't think as a community of practice, we're going to say you have to be an ISQua member to attend the community of practice. So maybe it'll be a good way of people to test the water, see if they like it. But I think our main driver is how do we spread the knowledge and experience and the learning of quality around the continent. So I think that's an important one for you, because I know in many countries, somebody put it on the Q&A as well, that exchange rates often make things that are paid in euros quite much more expensive relatively in Africa, but the webinars on community of practice are going to be free. I think that's just a thanks.
Great point. And the networking as well is free, right? Thank you, Jackie, for that.
I just also advise anyone who wants or who has access to YouTube just to find ISQua education on YouTube, because there is webinars there too that are obviously free, you know, that you can watch. We've got years worth of webinars on that, and we'll be creating like a playlist for the African community of practice as well. So any of our webinars we're going to upload to YouTube. So if you miss them, they'll be there and they'll all be in one place, and you can share that with your colleagues as well. So just to reiterate as well, the webinars are free, and you don't need to be an ISQua member to attend the webinars. So what is the requirement for participating in the upcoming conference in Istanbul? You can just register through the website if you want to attend Istanbul. ISQua members get a discount, so that's one of the benefits of membership, but you don't have to be a member, but the cost of the registration is more if you're not an ISQua member. Anything else here? Some webinar topics we can consider border around professional development and career opportunities in quality and safety. Okay.
Klein has made a suggestion of bringing the conference to Kenya for the 41st conference. Klein, just to say that the 41st and the 42nd conference already have homes, but Klein, you can put their bid in for the 43rd.
Please do. I'd love to go to Kenya.
Me too.
Yeah. So 2025 is in Sao Paulo in Brazil. 2026 is in Ireland, in Dublin. And I'm not sure if we've announced 2027 yet, so I'll keep my mouth is closed. But absolutely, if any country is interested, if there's an organization who's willing to host and who wants to put in a bid for that, absolutely do. Encouraged. There is sponsorship for students. We do have scholarships available, not necessarily for students, but for anyone in a low or low middle income country. We announce that every year, usually around February. So we have 11 or 12 scholars coming this year that are having their flights, accommodation, and their registration is paid for by ISQua. So keep an eye out for next year. It'll be in Brazil next year, but we're going to be doing this every year for the foreseeable future. So definitely keep an eye on ISQua's social media. If you're not following on like X or on Instagram or LinkedIn is probably the best place now, isn't it? Then do, just because we do announce it around February or March every year.
Yeah. Thank you. Do we have more questions? We have 3 minutes left, and I don't want us to run over time. And we could certainly reach out. Can you hear me? Katerina, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, yeah.
Do we have more questions left?
I can't see any more. No.
Okay, perfect. Good. The last item on the agenda is really the closing remarks, and I'll do that. And once we're done, I'll hand it over to Soji as well for a few forwards. And this has been exciting. If I were to ask each of you about your confidence in your health system, the responses will likely be as varied as your stories. But at the core of every answer is a person, a mother, a father, a child, or even an unborn child, right? Deserving of your unwavering trust in the healthcare system. Unsafe care is more than a statistics. It's a story that unfolds every day in our hospitals and clinics around the world. The WHO tells us that 1 in 10 patients will experience harm in the medical setting. These aren't just numbers, they are our brothers and sisters and neighbors. and this reality compels us to act. Patient safety education must be a true north. It's no longer optional or maybe I want to if I'm interested. It's the very essence of what it means to care. Whether you're a leader, a policymaker, or a clinician, the responsibility to do this rests on your shoulders, along with the power to change the narrative. No matter where you are in your quality journey and patient safety journey, remember that today is early. It's a favorite saying of mine from my hometown. Today is early for us to restart, continue, re-energize, and recommit our efforts. Today is early for us to come together, leverage all the resources we heard about today, from ISQua, subsidized programs to free programs to networking, learning from each other, just talking to each other. In doing so, we can ensure that no country is left behind in Africa. So let's commit to building this future where every patient receives safe care through your empowerment of quality and safety education. So thank you so much for feeding us with your energy, because we need to feed off of your energy, your interest, to be able to serve you best. So continue to energize us with that curiosity and wanting to learn more so that we can serve you more. Thank you so much for listening, and thank you for being here. And Soji, do you have any last few words for us?
Well, difficult to top that. Those were beautiful remarks, Chika. I am filled with a lot of motivation today, and it's because of just a few factors. I think this African community of practice will thrive, and it's because I think there's been some intentionality around creating a structure, and therefore there's ownership for somebody that is going to drive the vision forward. I think there's a stronger alignment with the ISQua strategy moving forward. Also, I believe that we have better regional representation and stronger connections to the improvement community. And I see that we have stronger connections to local African organizations. And last but not the least, I see that there's the vibrant improvement committee that is thirsty for more. So together, I think we can do this. Thank you for leading us.
Thank you, everybody. And thank you, ISQua, Katerina. Thank you all for pushing us forward. Everyone have a wonderful day, and listen out for more information. The chairing committee, do you mind giving us 5 minutes of your time? Just stay back for 5 minutes if you have it. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everyone.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you.
Would you like me to end this and then I'll open up a new link?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.